Peace world, what's up? Once again, it's your brother Cinder Block. We back in the building, and this time we got the none other than my brother. We got the brother Starks with us. You might know him as Toli, or if you heard it mentioned from Meeks, Tony. So
either or works.
Whatever you want to call the brother, he good with it. And welcome back. Thank you for watching. And as promised from the last video, I told you guys that I would be introducing some hand strengthening exercises to help with pull-up progression. And I'll also be throwing in some extra forearm strengthening exercises that I think will help a lot more, because if you don't have strong forearms, it's almost impossible to have a really strong grip. So with that being said, we're also gonna pick the brain of Starks and see what it is that he thinks can help some of you guys, and what he thinks may be hindering some of you, and some things he thinks may, you know, help speed up your progression. So with that being said, again, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, comment if you like it, make sure to subscribe to our channel, and hope you enjoy. I'm struggling with pull-ups, and I want to perform my first pull-up. What are some of the muscle groups that people are using when they're performing pull-ups, and should people perform exercises first and try to strengthen some of those muscles before they perform pull-ups, or is it okay to just start performing pull-ups?
Sure. I think that you should individually strengthen those muscles that are required to execute a pull-up, but you could always, as you're going into your fitness journey, not only try to strengthen these muscles, but once you get a sense of the muscle activation required for that specific muscle, you could start training your pull-up the same way. You could start focusing on, pull-ups are really heavy on not only the lats, but I would say a lot of the upper body as well as the core. And as my brother Cinder Block has, wonderfully taught me, the core stretches all the way down, not just to your waist, it's below as well. So executing a proper pull-up does involve upper body strength, but it requires core activation and keeping everything steady, uniform, so that there aren't any kinetic leaks on the bar. You're gripping the bar, you're able to hang from the bar, and you are executing this pull-up with not just your lats. For sure, these are dominant in a pull-up exercise, but you're also being cognizant and mindful of activating your core, squeezing. I try to flex my heels as well, to not overly flex them, but flex my heels to the point that I feel that there's some calf activation, that there's some quad, thigh, hamstring, and glute activation, so that, again, there are no kinetic leaks, so that everything is being performed with the fullest extent and variety of muscles in my body, not just a regular pull-up with all of my strength and then trying to snake up or kip up to a pull-up. You should essentially strive to have it be one good motion that involves a lot of the muscles in your body, and not just the dominant ones that are involved in the pull-up, like the lats.
All right, so strive and keep pull-up hope alive, basically.
There you go. There you go.
All right, so you heard it from the brother Starks. Hope you found some of that useful and beneficial. And we're going to get to some of these exercises that we think will be able to help you with some of your pull-up progression. And stay tuned. We're going to get to it. What's up, everybody? The first forearm strengthening exercise I'm going to get into doesn't take much. You can go and get any resistance bands. And it doesn't matter the sturdiness or the amount of resistance that are in the bands, because you can apply it yourself, So the first one that I like to do, it's a pull down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the handles, I'm gonna walk back, and I'm gonna try to put as much resistance on it as possible, where I'm basically like leaning back, and what's supporting me are the resistance bands. And I'm just gonna start flexing my wrist down and bringing them back up. And what I'm doing here is I'm working my forearms, and I'm also working my wrists, and I'm building mobility and flexibility with the extenders or the extension muscles and tendons in my wrist. So this is gonna help me with my hand grip, hand strengthening, and performing not just good pull-ups, but any body weight exercise or weight exercise that I may choose to do. So you, depending on where you are, you can start with, me, I like to do 3 sets, and I'll do about 20 repetitions, and then I'll take a break, and then I'll do the same thing, but I'll just turn my wrist in a different direction. So I'm gonna walk back again, I'm gonna lean back, my body's gonna be supported by the resistance bands, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna turn them up. So you can see what it is that's working, my forearms, and also my wrist. So you can do the same thing with that. You can do 3 sets of those, about 20 repetitions, and you can also make believe you have weights in your hands, because these are similar as if you had dumbbells. So some of these exercises are similar. You may see some people doing them with dumbbells, and we'll do them also with the dumbbells, and you can just turn your wrists up this way. You can try keeping your hands together. If you want to space them out, you can space them out. It really doesn't matter. And you can also turn them down. And you can work them this way. This is another great exercise that you can do. They'll strengthen your wrist, strengthen your forearm, strengthen your hands, give you a little bit more range, flexibility, and motion in your wrist, and they'll help you in multiple exercises which you choose to perform. All right, we got another one for you. All right, what we doing here, Starks?
Kind of an inverse pull, since instead of leaning back, we're leaning forward a little bit, and just again engaging the wrists, getting that different flexion in there. You can see
I can definitely see your forearms are working.
Yeah, and where the wrist.
How does your wrist feel?
When the wrist, wherever that meets the hand, that is absolutely on fire right now. So again, like the brother Cinder Block said, you don't even need all too much resistance on it. Step up with that, graduate with that as you please, but you do not need a lot of it. Even as I'm leaning forward now and doing this, my left forearm is absolutely screaming.
Nice. I got another exercise which is great for wrist strengthening, also forearm strengthening, which will travel over to the pull-up bar. So what we're gonna do is you can get yourself a kettlebell. Again, it doesn't have to be a 15-pound kettlebell. It can be any kettlebell or dumbbell you can use with a weight that's suitable to your liking to reduce the risk of injuries, because we're only trying to get strong. Injuries are enemies, baby. We don't want injuries. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the kettlebell and I'm just gonna squeeze as hard as I can, and I'm gonna lift it up and just bring it right back down with my wrist. All I'm using is my wrist. You can see the wrist engaged. And I'm gonna try and do about maybe 20 repetitions, but you gotta see where you are, and you try to pick a number that you're comfortable with doing again, so you can build sets up. You try to find a number of repetitions that you're comfortable doing, so you can do them again and build up your sets. So if you're having trouble doing this standing up, I have my elbow. It's in my abdomen, right above my belt line, which is giving me a good pitch and support. So I'm not like just holding the weight up in my hand. But if you have trouble doing this, you can find something to sit on. This is a rack made by my good friend again, Travis McGraw. Shout out to Travis. This is the Burn Series edition. If you don't have a rack, I can help you get a rack, but You can also find anything else to sit down on. And they can also place your forearm on your knee and then turn up. You know, this will give you a lot more, take some of the pressure off and allow you to perform the exercise a little easier. It's just a different variation, but you'll still build up a lot of strength, which will help you progress and help us perform better pull-ups, which is what we're trying to do.
Whew. That's definitely a burn in the lateral. Forearms. Whew. This also forces you to engage massively with your core. Again, we just spoke about the importance of the core and its stretching below the waist, not what you commonly or some people might think. Engage everything. Go down. With time, hopefully repetition, you can make it more fluid. Whew. Man, that requires support. Those are no joke.
You think that'll help you in your pull-up progression?
That'll help you in everything. The endurance factor alone, I feel everything fatigued over here. So think about an exercise that not only simulates or requires some of the same, stabilizers as a dead hang, but one that requires you to remain in motion and actively, again, concentrate all of your stability into just like one block where you get everything together, execute either for your 1 rep, then taking a break, or for your multiple reps if you can do them with rhythm and good form. You don't break form just to sacrifice it for a rhythm. It's not the rep count that matters.
Don't break form.
Can't. I'm still winded talking from this. This is a great exercise.
All right, everybody. I got me an ab roller here, but I ain't rolling out on nothing with it. What I'm gonna do is, normally you see people, I like to use this as a hand strengthening exercise for me. And normally you see people, they take balls, whether it be tennis ball or anything else that they may be able to find, and they try squeezing them, you know, a lot of times, and you know, they do work, but I like to do stuff a little bit different, and because we all progress and we need to still challenge ourselves so we stay active and interested in our workouts. So what I like to do is, I like to focus on the points that are on this ab roller. So if you can find something similar like this, it's a great tool for this exercise that we're about to perform. So what I like to do is, it's a 5-finger squeeze, but I don't like to use all 5 fingers at the same time. I like to focus on 2 at a time. So what I like to do is, I try to place my thumb on one of the cone cushions, and I try to place my index finger on another one, and I try to squeeze solely with these 2 fingers. You know, I try to hold it out to focus on the forearm as well, strengthen my wrist, and I try to squeeze this as hard as I possibly can for about 20 seconds until my fingers give out. And then I just switch. And I'm gonna place my thumb, and I'm gonna place my middle finger, and I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna focus on those 2 fingers, and I'm gonna try to squeeze these as hard as I can for about 20 seconds. And then I just switch again. Now, I go to my thumb, and I put my ring finger, and I try to squeeze as hard as I can, just with those 2. Same thing. And then again, last but not least, the pinky and the thumb. And I just try to squeeze. And don't forget to hold it out, because the further you hold out, the more muscles you begin to activate and engage, and it becomes more multi-muscle group workout. All right, and then you do the same thing with the other hand. You just switch. Thumb index, thumb middle, thumb ring, thumb, pinky. Squeeze as hard as you can, hold out. And like this, I promise you'll obtain very, very strong hands. Anything you grab, you know, the assurity is a great confidence builder. You know, when you grab something and you know, you can feel the power, you know, in your hands. Even when you greet someone, you know, you have a lot more respect for someone, you know, when they go shake your hand, you know, and you're like, oh, my man, that's a handshake right there. You know, like you respect that person because, you know, it's genuine. That's a real handshake, and that's what you want to get. You know, we don't want to be giving these old, you know, these little half-ass handshakes. You know what I'm saying?
You grip my whole hand.
No half-ass handshakes in 2021.
Can I please have that back?
Have a lot more confidence and feel a lot better with our exercises. I hope you like our video. I hope you enjoyed having Toli here with us today on the channel with us, and look forward to a lot more videos coming. We'll have more coming behind this one with more progressed exercises that you can do, more hand strengthening exercises, forearms and wrist exercises as well to help everybody progress on the pull-up bar. And see you soon, man.